One of the things that you're kind of describing in there is like with longer days and putting more in, is something in there kind of around work-life balance. And I think I've picked up some conversations between you and Ben recently as well, that work-life balance is something that you've been working on a bit more. How is that going?
He's worked on it, but he hasn't achieved it yet.
Well, I mean, do we ever actually achieve it? But like, how have you, like, you've clearly got to a stage where you've wanted that balance a bit more. What sort of things have you done around kind of trying to work on that?
I think everyone after COVID, I think everyone, no matter who they were, was looking for a better work-life balance. And, you know, we're in an industry where you've got to remember that our day starts when most people are waking up, because we are taking people to school, to work, etc. And our day ends when most people are already at home, you know, having dinner, because we're taking people home again. Yeah. You know, the average day for our business core peak hours is somewhere in the region of about 16 to 17 hours a day. So I've always found that personally a massive challenge, because I like to be around for the entire peak periods. And sometimes, you know, if we've got events going on in London or something like that, that peak period can then end at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then start up again at 5, 6 the next morning. So that's always been a massive challenge for me personally. And as Ben alludes to, I'm probably not the best at promoting work-life balance. You know, that's always been something I've really struggled with. But I think if we talk about staffing and recruiting the right people again, that's something that we as an industry, but I think the small business world has to be hyper aware of going forwards. Because when I first started, I looked at our own business and I looked at other businesses in the same industry as us. And it wasn't uncommon for people to be sitting doing 12 to 14 hour days in the office, 5, 6, 7 days a week. And it was just expected. That was the norm. And perfect example, we had people in the business that were very used to doing crazy hours. And you would look at that, and when you went to recruit for them when they retire or something, you look at it and think, well, how am I going to write this into a job description? You know, must be available 24/7, and holidays will be frowned upon. Yeah. It's not something that really you can actually recruit staff on. And so for me, I was very passionate about finding that work-life balance for the team. In reality, what that's meant is we've probably actually doubled our staffing commitment in the back office side of things compared to what we could have, compared to maybe some of our other industry colleagues. But ultimately, I was passionate about making sure that when we were recruiting for these jobs, we could say quite honestly, you know, you are going to be doing between a 40 and 50 hour week, and that is normal and that is what's expected, but it's not going to be massively more than that. Whereas even now I see other businesses similar to ours where the people are working 24/7, and it is just crazy. I just don't understand. You know, we're already on the back foot, as we said earlier, in small business, in finding the right staff. And if we're trying to force people to work crazy hours, we as directors of businesses, owners of businesses, we choose to do that. We can't force our staff to do that as well.
Yeah.